Cutting out takeaway and convenient foods while trying to lose fat is completely unnecessary. You don't need to cut out these things. They can actually bring a lot of benefit into your fat loss phase. And yes, while eating healthy and eating clean, whole foods at home would be ideal, it's not possible for everyone. People are simply just trying to lose weight, get into better eating habits, and it doesn't mean that they have to go straight from eating, really bad options from Macca's to, having every meal home cooked steak, eggs, and avocado on a wooden chopping board drizzled in honey. All this stuff, right, that you see online. It could be as simple as just making better options when they get McDonald's, picking better nutritional options that support, fat loss goals, or even just picking somewhere else that is a bit more healthier and less processed, and it's still fast food or a convenient option. The misconception that people have is that they have to go all in from Monday to Friday, but all this leads to on the weekend is just having a massive blowout. They try and stay perfect during the week. All it's going to lead to is literally having a blowout on the weekend. If it's not in the first week or 2 or 3 weeks or 4 weeks of your fat loss phase, it will come eventually. Trust me, if you're cutting out things that you really love eating, it will happen. In today's video, I want to share with you guys how you can still use fast food and takeaway and convenient options to your advantage while in a fat loss phase, just like our clients have done on our program. The reason why most people struggle is because they are busy. People have so many commitments going on. People have families, they probably got kids to feed as well. So many different people with different situations. It's unfair to expect that everyone has a similar lifestyle where they can be at home cooking, the healthiest, most whole food meals, right? Whatever situation you're going through, obviously fast foods and convenient options, can be very helpful. The part where people go wrong is the options that they're picking when they're getting these foods. They're not picking options that support their fat loss goals. They're getting things that are sending them way off track, that are going, they might get something for breakfast. Let's say you get like a banana bread from Macca's and like a smoothie, like a chocolate smoothie. This would be well over 1,000 calories, which would be, for most people, more than half of their calories for the day while trying to lose fat. And that's only breakfast, and that's only a small amount. Like that's literally banana bread and a chocolate smoothie, which would hardly even fill you up. Like you'd be starving by lunch. So an important thing for people to understand is, yes, you can actually make better decisions when you get these foods, but also to have a mindset shift and realize that fat loss does not have to be perfect. You do not have to be the most healthy person in the world. I'm not the most healthy person in the world, obviously, but I still, get takeaway on the weekend. Sometimes during the week, if things happen, like today, for example, I usually go to one location for work, but last minute I got asked to go to another location. So it sort of stuffed me up because all my meal prep is in my work fridge at my normal location. So when I went to this other location, my meal prep isn't there. What I ended up doing is just getting some takeaway. I picked an option that fits my goals and boom, all great. Ideally, I would not like to have to get takeaway because it's just expensive as well, but it was convenient for me today and it helped me. It's all well and good for me to say, yes, you're going to pick better options, from these takeaway or these convenient foods. It might not even be takeaway. You might get convenient foods where you buy something from the shops and it's just, I don't know, you might buy something from the Woolworths or Coles Bakery where it's just croissants, something like that, right? Or like a ham and cheese bloody scroll, like a bacon and cheese roll or something like that. But the reality is, how can we pick a better option? So I'm going to give you guys just a few pointers to look out for when you're making this choice. Choosing smarter options means that you want to look for stuff with higher protein, lower calories, and better value for your calories, stuff that's going to fill you up. And if possible, less processed choices. Not an absolute deal breaker if calories and protein, seems to be good and you can't really find much better. But if possible, try and opt for something just slightly less processed if possible. Rule number 2, watch your portion sizes. Make sure that you look at the calories, look at the protein, properly read the nutritional label, understand, what portion is going to be what. Track it, if you got MyFitnessPal, track the calories if possible. That way you can ensure that you're not going to overdo it and eat too much of something that you shouldn't have. Rule number 3, if you know you're going to be getting takeaway that day, make sure it fits within your goals. Don't make it something that's a last minute decision. Plan for it. Just plan for it. If you know truly that today is going to be a big day of work and you're probably not going to, make dinner when you get home, just accept that you need to get takeaway, it's convenient, and just plan for it. Pick a good option and plan for it. It's literally one of the most important things that I actually say to my clients that will help them so much is just pre-planning your day of eating. Taking 5 minutes the night before or even in the morning just to plan what you're actually going to have for that day so you don't have to make decisions on the go. Rule number 4 is flexible tracking. So just not, obviously calorie tracking, you're not always going to be able to exactly estimate foods, especially if you get takeaway and all this stuff. So just do your best estimate and move on. Don't Don't bloody keep thinking and having wars in your head about, oh, maybe it's a few more 100 calories, maybe it's a few hundred less, and maybe I've got some calories to spare. Just estimate it to the best of your ability, or if you've got a coach or if you've got help, ask them. And my last rule that I'll talk about is focus on a weekly average. If you go over your calories in a day, you go like 300 over, cool, make up for it for the rest of the week, you know what I mean? Don't completely starve yourself. But you know, if you go 300 calories over, try and go 100 calories under for the next 3 days. Or maybe you go 50, maybe on Monday, if you go 300 over, for the rest of the week, maybe you'll try and go 50 under. But even then, if you go 300 over, it's really not the end of the world and will not have a massive impact on your fat loss rate. Some real life client examples that I have is Lennox. So Lennox, he lost 8 kilos in 12 weeks, as you can see on the screen here. So basically one of the big things that he expressed when we had an initial, discovery call before he joined the program was that, he had a girlfriend and he didn't want to have to sacrifice any time with her. He wanted to go out, have dinners with her and also his family and, get meals out. So we made that a priority. We didn't want to cut any of these things out. So we made some plans for it. We used some of our sustainability approaches, like our calorie booster approach and our 20-cent shop approach, to allow for this, which he was able to do. Even with his busy work schedule, we also made it possible that he could have some takeaway options, like I'm explaining to you guys now. We still get takeaway and stay on track, and it was convenient for him. We've also got multiple other clients on the program who were in, somewhat similar positions to Lennox or had, similar journeys. Of course, I know, guys, you might still be wondering, this is all confusing, it's hard to put all this stuff together. If you guys want it to be simple, we do have a free guide on the best fast food options. It's all the best high protein, lower calorie and, ultimately mostly healthy options from your favorite Australian fast food joints like Hungry Jack's, Nando's, KFC, Macca's, Grilled, all that stuff, right? It's all in one guide. There's plenty of restaurants there. Your favorite will definitely be in there. If you want a free copy of this guide, just go to my Instagram at landenquinn.coaching and just message me the word takeaway and I'll send you a free copy now. I hope this video was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe and I'll see you guys in the next.